always say theater is my therapy. You know, I'm a tap dancer, and it's been an avenue for me to deal with my emotions, allow me to find ways to express myself when I don't have the words to put to it. I've seen art be a roadmap of healing for people to be able to find value within themselves and reclaim their lives. You know, I have a PBS docuseries out right now called The Expressway with Dulé Hill. And over my travels, a group of people that I met was in Appalachia. It was in Knox County. And there's a man named Doug Nazelroad who teaches recovering addicts how to make stringed instruments. And then that music is used to play the music of the region. And it's a phenomenal thing to experience when you see how people realize that the gift that is inside them to be able to craft this instrument and to be able to take something and make it beautiful, how that inspires them along their journey as well.
I come from very humble beginnings. Arts programs are what helped me come out of my shell as a very shy child who had an undiagnosed learning disability. And, had there not been arts programs within my school, I don't know where I would be. I think the arts for children should be a right and not a privilege. It shouldn't matter where you live or your economic status. I think that everyone should have access, and it's been wonderful getting to yell that from the rooftops and get listened to by lawmakers here in D.C.
You know, I've met all sorts of people throughout the country who use art to really find space for themselves. And I think that's a thing that we can't always quantify necessarily, but art is, I think that missing, that I won't say missing ingredient, but that special ingredient that really can make us whole as a people.
Good to be here in Washington. Very nice weather. I felt good about what we did, about what we're doing, and hopefully we accomplished something, and we'll know shortly.
We've had a ball here in Washington, D.C. with the Creative Coalition advocating for arts funding. Amazing meetings, really like taking the time out of these Congress people's days to talk to you about something that's so important to us and that we're so passionate about is such a thrill. So it's been really wonderful to feel like our voices are being heard on something that is so important to all of us, especially me.
I'm a person that lives in the space of hope, so I think there's always progress. It was nice to come back this year because at least I know what we're doing. The first year I was like, where are we going? What do I say? What do I wear? I got it now. We're going to go and we're going to talk about our stories, our personal stories about how the arts have helped us and changed our lives. And we hope to change some minds in Congress so that they'll, vote to fund.
Also, we got to meet President Biden, which was an absolute thrill. I think I left my body. I haven't really fully processed it yet. I think around 10 p.m. tonight, it's just going to be a very dignified week about where I am, where I came from, and where I'm going.
When I was a kid, I was a big Abbott and Costello fan because my dad turned me on to that, and I just loved Abbott and Costello. And then when I got a little older, Andy Kaufman was a huge influence, just as a
whether or not I should be.
as a thing you could do. I'd never seen anything, and he was like clearly fucking with people, and it was, and I was young, I was like, what is this? And then early SNL and Monty Python were huge.
I used to live in Arizona, and our apartment complex that we used to live in used to be right next door to a movie theater. And so anytime I had free time, my mom and we would just go watch a movie. And I remember watching The Mask and Dumb and Dumber back to back. It really just brought out an escape, not only in me as a child, but the hardships that my mom was going through at that time with her marriage and with her life. I could just see the amount of laughter and the escapism that she was able to enjoy from these films.
I remember when I saw Good Times and Facts of Life and saw Janet Jackson and Kim Fields for the first time on television. I was like, there's room for us? There's a space for people that look like me to do this? So I think that's when I first started dreaming. And then as I got older, seeing shows like The Cosby Show and Different World and Golden Girls. As a 12-year-old, I was in love with the Golden Girls. It kind of made me dream bigger. And imagine what could be.
Absolutely. The movie was Clue. The actress was Madeline Kahn. She played Mrs. White. And I remember being a very, very young child and thinking to myself, I think she's the funniest out of all of them. I think she's even funnier than the men. And that was the first time that my child brain had ever connected that a woman could be as funny or funnier than the men. And I was like, I'm going to do what she does.
Actually, I didn't start in this business as a teenager. I started as a 4-year-old. I was in a commercial when I was 4 years old for a multivitamin called Zest Tabs. And the whole point of the ad campaign was, and the kids like them too. And I was one of the 2 kids that liked them too, apparently. And actually, they took our picture. They took my mom's picture and some other girl playing my sister, and put them on every bottle of Zest Tabs. So it kind of was thrust upon me. But I always knew I wanted to perform. I was way too shy until I went to junior high school, and I had a wonderful chorus teacher who drafted me into the chorus. I was not even a great singer, by the way, but just the act of gaining confidence in order to sing in front of people changed my life. And that's why one of the reasons we're advocating for the National Endowment for the Arts is because arts change people's lives on a daily basis. They provide community, and they, American culture it's arts. So we have to propagate that and keep it going.